What exactly is fear and how to overcome it? Because each one of us at some point of time have been assailed by this feeling of fear. Now, if you look at life very closely and if you also go through these scriptures or you just analyze your life and the life of everyone around you, you realize one very important thing about life is that existence is the fundamental fact of life. Every time you talk about life, you mean existence. Every existence is not life. For example, there is stone. Stone has an existence, but it doesn't have a life as per biologists. But every life is existence. Now, when we are talking about this world, when we are talking about existence itself, creation itself, there is an existence. So a stone exists, I exist, you exist. So existence is a fundamental fact of life. Once that existence ceases, we say that it does not exist anymore. Now, when it comes to the animate beings, that means beings that have that has life, you realize that everyone who has the life force working within it or him wants to live forever. It doesn't want to die. There's a technical term for it in Sanskrit. It is known as abhinivesh. Abhinivesh, you don't want to die. No one wants to die. An amoeba, it doesn't want to die. An ant, it doesn't want to die. And a man doesn't want to die. Even saints, they do not want to die. This desire to live is always there. And what is desire to live? Desire to live is essentially desire to exist. So, existence and life, they are practically one and the same. Now, when you look at the lower creatures, absolutely lower creatures, something like, say, unicellular and a little higher than that, you find they are interested only in their life. But when it comes to animals, for example, dogs or, say, cows, you find their identification with life or their identification with existence, because life and existence, they are somehow linked. Existence is the fundamental fact of life, and for us it is in the form of life and the desire to live. So that this desire to live or existence in lower animals extends to its newborns, and it is also associated with space. For example, you'll see that the birds, they mark out their space and they don't let any other bird to enter that space. Even the dogs, they mark their space, and if some new dog enters, the original dog pounces upon it. Creature, howsoever strong, howsoever weak, it doesn't want that someone should intrude on its physical space. And when it comes to human beings, this idea of life and the idea of existence, it doesn't extend only to newborn, because in animals we find that as the newborn grows, that identification goes away. In case of birds and even dogs, mom does not recognize its kids after some time. Nature has made it that way. But in human beings, our idea of existence and our sense of life extends to our family members, to our friends, to our possession. So if you have, say, a nice car, and if you feel that that car is going to be taken away, you feel threatened. So family, friends, possession. But most importantly in human beings, even an idea to which you adhere. It may be some ideal, some ideology, it may be religion, it may be anything. Human beings tend to identify themselves with all these: family, friends, possessions, and ideas. The moment there is some kind of intrusion, we retaliate with aggression. Intrusion will always have this reaction in the form of aggression. And if we are not strong enough If you are not really strong enough to retaliate, for example, there is a chief minister, and that chief minister or prime minister or president or some dictator, he is so powerful that the persons who are working under him feel that things are not going well. They want to retaliate, but they cannot retaliate. There is intrusion. Intrusion demands that there be a counter-aggression. Counter-aggression is not there. So what you do is, you feel as if your space is shrinking. And the moment you have this sense of space shrinking, there is an apprehension that your life is getting lost, your existence is getting lost. But your existence extends to family, friends, position, and even an idea. For example, in earlier times, there is a religion. Every time, whenever something happens, there is some quarrel, and they will start telling that my religion is in danger. Somebody has committed a mischief. You punish him, and they will immediately go to religion is in danger. This is a very old story. For thousands of years, this has been going on. Whenever somebody wants to commit a mischief, they go and hide behind a religion or behind an idea. You say something and they will say that my life philosophy, it is in danger. So they talk like that. But the fact is, when there is that apprehension that I identify myself with certain things and that is my existence, and there is danger on that existence, then you feel as if you are going to be destroyed. Now, it is not a mere feeling, and not only with human beings, with every kind of being, that it is not only a mental phenomena. There is a metabolic change, and because of that metabolic change, the reaction that starts from the mind extends up to your body. You start quaking. You're scared. Your body goes into certain mode. When you are angry, when you want to retaliate through aggression, your body takes up certain kind of chemical changes. And when you are scared, there is a very famous saying that lower animals, they have only 4 kinds of feelings. They forage for food, they go for next generation progeny, and there is fight and flight. Either they will fight for their space or they will run away. Now this running away, born out of that apprehension that I might lose, this is fear. So essentially fear means what? That you have this feeling, you have this apprehension that your existence will be annihilated. Only that your existence does not consist only of your body, it doesn't consist only of your mind, it consists of your family, friends, etc. To everything with which you identify. And you might be identifying yourself even with an idea. And if you feel that that idea is in danger, you feel as if you are in danger. If your family members are in danger, you feel as if you are in danger. So now this is a fundamental fact. There is no way it can be altered. So identification is the key.